was watching the review. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we streaming right now. We got 300,000 people on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I seen the album. That shit was fire.
I appreciate that. Tell them to drop some 21s in the chat.
Yo, drop some 21s in the chat, y'all. Drake in the motherfucking building, y'all. Drake in the building, y'all. Yes, sir.
It's clear we've hit a breaking point. Kai's walking on dangerous ground right now, where the very people who were once his biggest fans and closest allies have quietly become the ones threatening his whole career. These are the same folks Kai helped lift up, the ones he made sure got a seat at the table. But isn't it crazy how success can flip on you? When you're on top, everything shines bright. But when things start to crumble, the same people you empowered can be the first to pull you down. People love to act like Kai's untouchable, but behind the scenes, it's a whole different story. He's out here trying to move smart, protect his multi-million-dollar brand, and keep things clean, while his crew still moves like they're in the streets with nothing to lose. And in just 1 week, his closest people got tangled up in separate messes that quietly stain a reputation for good. It's the kind of trouble that doesn't fade away. It lingers, whispering doubts into every headline and every comment thread.
Oh my God!
When you step back and look at the full picture, the pattern gets ugly fast. It's not just bad luck anymore. It's starting to look like a cycle Kai can't escape. Let's start with Dez because he's the simplest one to break down. And that's not even shade. Dez has always moved reckless like a PR disaster waiting to happen. He's been showing the world exactly why he's not built for this spotlight, and the wild part? We've been watching it unfold live, in real time, with every move caught on camera and every slip-up amplified for the world to see. During one of Kai's biggest moments ever, when everything should have been picture perfect, Dez completely lost it on stream. Out of nowhere, he got into an argument and casually dropped a homophobic slur live in front of the whole world. It was so bad that Kai had to physically kick him out of the room just to keep the stream from turning into a total PR nightmare. Imagine the chaos, millions watching, and Kai forced to play security just to save his own show. But the wild part, Dez clearly didn't learn his lesson, because fast forward to the Streamer Awards and he managed to outdo himself with an even bigger mess. He was allegedly caught in the bathroom saying some of the most twisted, violent things you could ever imagine about one of the event's hosts. Fan! People were stunned, whispering, "Did he really just say that?" And the internet went insane trying to piece together what actually happened. Now, whether you believe it was Dez's voice in that bathroom or not, what really made things worse was how he handled it afterward. He went live, and instead of clearing things up, he just made it worse. Admitting he said something crude that night, but denying the serious threats of violence while calling the person who exposed him a liar. And this is where Dez completely missed the mark. Instead of showing an ounce of empathy for the situation, he tried to turn it into a word game.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah. What you make that right there?
Deal?
Huh?
You got a deal? A record deal?
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the offer. Like this is big. We could talk about it. What would you rate that though? 1 out of 10. It's so crazy because I already knew before you came in there, that already. Yeah.
Arguing about the details of what was said like that somehow made it better. He was out here debating semantics when the whole situation called for humility and accountability. It was shocking, reckless, and painfully tone deaf. Dez was straight up joking about the whole thing, acting like everyone else was crazy for even being uncomfortable. That's the pattern with him every single time. Even when he tries to clear his name, he somehow manages to dig himself even deeper. It's reached the point where the smartest thing Dez could do is stay silent for once, but he's too emotionally reckless to realize it. When people say Dez is a brand risk, they're not exaggerating one bit. He's the definition of a walking liability. And when you look at the bigger picture, it's impossible to ignore how Kai keeps getting dragged into situations that aren't even his fault. He's constantly forced to play the fixer, publicly cleaning up his friend's chaos instead of focusing on his own career and success. It's like he's stuck running a circus. Kai hands out opportunities, and Dez returns the favor with controversy. It's exhausting to watch, and even worse for Kai's brand image. But now we gotta talk about Ray, because his story hits different. Ray's mess isn't as loud or wild as Dez's. It's quieter, more subtle, but honestly, that makes it even worse. Ray moves with this calm arrogance, like the normal rules don't apply to him anymore. And people notice that vibe. A big reason folks side-eye Ray is because, just like Dez, Kai is the one who gave him that spotlight. And listen, helping your people rise isn't the issue. That's what real ones do. The real problem starts when the person you helped keeps showing bad judgment, especially in moments where all they had to do was chill. We saw it plain as day during the Nina Lynn situation. Most people watching were visibly uncomfortable with what came out, yet Ray seemed to carry on like nothing was wrong, as if the whole thing wasn't blowing up in real time. Ray really thought it was the perfect time to hop on stream and start preaching about forgiveness and second chances. And everyone watching was like, bro, seriously, read the room. Jumping to defend someone in the middle of a major controversy isn't the moral high ground he thinks it is. It just makes him look totally disconnected from reality at best and downright reckless at worst. But what really made things weird was what came next, because people started noticing that Ray was still allegedly hanging around Chris, the disgraced cameraman, even after Kai himself admitted that seeing those leaked messages messed him up. That's not just bad judgment, that's crossing into dangerous territory. Questionable takes mixed with questionable associations, that's a recipe for disaster. And just when people thought Ray might chill out for a bit, he ends up in another awkward mess. The infamous pet store incident. On paper, it sounds harmless, but from a PR standpoint, it looked awful. The store told him he couldn't record, and instead of respecting it and walking out like anyone else would, Ray decided to turn the whole thing into content. Cameras rolling, tension rising, and Ray acting like rules don't apply as long as there's a clip to post. Now, to be fair, Ray hasn't blown up as wildly as Dez, but all these small moments paint the same picture. Poor judgment, zero self-awareness, and this growing habit of pushing boundaries just for views. And when you're part of someone else's brand, especially one as massive as Kai's, that kind of behavior doesn't just hurt you, it reflects right back on the person who gave you the platform in the first place. Now let's get into Taiil, because he's a completely different kind of problem altogether. Now, when it comes to Taiil, the whole tone has to shift.
Change your code. That's no secret.
Yo, hold on. Yo. Stop. I want to
so does his mother. That's a 6-year-old boy that she raised.
Bro.
So that's his mother. No, bro, what? Bro, what?
Because the stakes here are way higher. Unlike Dez and Ray, this isn't just about bad judgment or messy behavior. This is about serious accusations that carry real weight. The first time Taiil landed on people's radar was that viral stream clip where he got up and started humping a woman with no clear sign of consent. That moment alone had people questioning his sense of boundaries and respect, and things have only gotten heavier since then. Fast forward to the Streamer Awards after party, where things took a disturbing turn. Artist Jordan Pauline came forward with shocking allegations, claiming she was sexually assaulted by someone the internet loves. She said her phone was taken, smashed, and that the entire incident was even recorded. At first, she didn't name Ty directly, but then she shared call logs showing repeated calls from his number and later confirmed that legal action was being taken. Ty responded, firmly denying ever sexually assaulting anyone. And that part of his statement matters. But the issue is, his response was narrow. He addressed the main accusation head-on, but avoided the many surrounding questions that people desperately wanted clarity on. That silence spoke volumes to a lot of viewers, and even if you try to give him every possible benefit of the doubt, the situation never truly got cleared up. It stayed murky, tense, and unresolved. The allegations remained hanging in the air. The conversation didn't progress, and instead of bringing closure, his statement left everyone with even more confusion and uncertainty. Even Kai's own fans are starting to see the problem. Keeping these same guys around could blow up everything he's built. People online are saying it bluntly. Kai Cenat is about to blow up his own career just by putting too many of his homies on. And honestly, they might not be wrong. At some point, it doesn't matter how clean Kai keeps his personal image, his brand has grown way beyond just streaming now. It's global, it's mainstream, and every person he stands next to becomes part of that brand. But here's the issue. When the people tied to you keep dragging chaos, controversy, and unresolved drama into the spotlight, that mess doesn't stop with them. It splashes right back on you. The damage rises straight to the top. Kai ends up spending more time cleaning up the fallout from his crew's scandals than actually building his own legacy. If something doesn't change soon, that non-stop pressure, always having to defend and explain other people's mistakes, could eventually weigh him down for real. And honestly, it feels heavy even saying this out loud, because this isn't just about grown men making bad choices on camera. It's about a young guy like Kai, still trying to find balance in a world that doesn't forgive slip-ups. He's operating in a spotlight that never blinks, and one wrong association can cost millions. Take what just happened with Rockai, for example. He was suspended from Twitch after being accused of scamming someone out of $6,500. Now, whether that accusation turns out to be true or not, it's still dangerous territory for Kai. Because once those kinds of claims start floating around, perception becomes reality. In this industry, association is everything. And being even remotely connected to allegations like that, that's a risk that can't just be ignored. Especially with how fragile public trust is right now. He straight up walked into a Walmart, stole something, and then tried to pin it on someone else, like he was speedrunning a challenge called "How Fast Can I Ruin My Own Life?" And the wild part? That was just the warm-up. This dude moves like Jack Daughtry on steroids, causing chaos left and right, then acting completely clueless when the consequences finally hit. This wasn't some shocking downfall nobody saw coming.
It's like there's no hope left. We still got 9 hours. What was I fucking thinking? What the f? Young guy, you think you so cool? Oh, I'm gonna come over here and do this 24 hours. Let me take.
It felt like the dramatic season finale everyone knew was coming sooner or later. He literally grabbed a bunch of flowers, blamed it on 2 random women, and then sprinted off laughing like a little kid who just discovered what being sneaky means. Zero accountability, negative maturity. It's like, bro, what's next? Ringing doorbells and running off? Throwing eggs at someone's car just for content? It's embarrassing behavior for someone with millions of people watching their every move. At this point, he's not acting like a creator with influence or a brand. He's acting like a kid trapped in a vlog who never grew out of the prank phase. The disconnect between his platform and his behavior is wild. And of course, there are always people rushing to defend it, saying things like, he's young, or he's still learning. But come on, he's not a toddler who wandered out of daycare. Sure, maybe he doesn't fully get adult responsibilities like taxes or rent yet, but even little kids know one basic rule: stealing is wrong and respect matters. Some lessons don't need age, they need accountability. These aren't innocent slip-ups, they're straight up choices. Choices he keeps making on purpose because they get him clout, clicks, and attention. At some point, you've got to stop calling it a mistake and start calling it what it really is: intentional stupidity dressed up as content. It's wild to watch because most creators go out of their way to avoid breaking the law on camera, while Kai's circle seems to treat chaos like it's part of the brand identity. But here's the thing, messing up in private is one thing. Messing up in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers, that's a whole different level of reckless. In this environment, bad behavior doesn't get corrected. It gets clipped, shared, and turned into engagement. The more outrageous the moment, the more the internet rewards it. And that's the dangerous loop these guys keep feeding into. A KA situation stands out for a reason. It's not like the others. He's young, and more importantly, he's someone Kai didn't just hang around with. He brought him into the spotlight. That's what makes it complicated. Helping someone rise up isn't the problem. If anything, that's one of the reasons people respect Kai so much. But the real responsibility starts once you give that cosign. Once you put your name behind someone. Their actions reflect back on you whether you like it or not. And it got serious fast. There was even a moment on stream where AKA said something so inappropriate that his own mom had to get involved. She messaged Kai directly, telling him to send Rockai home before things got worse. Imagine that, your friend's mom having to step in because the situation went that far off the rails. That moment said everything, not just about Rockai, but about the entire environment surrounding him. Because the correction didn't come from the people in the room or the crew around him. It came from home. And that right there is the real issue. A KA doesn't exist in a bubble. He's surrounded by older people who still struggle with self-control, judgment, and knowing when to chill out. So when you drop an immature teenager into a space where chaos is normalized, the outcome isn't surprising. It's practically guaranteed. And when you zoom out, everything starts circling right back to Kai himself. Just last week, he opened up publicly about his mental health. And honestly, you could see the fatigue on him. In my opinion, Kai looks genuinely drained, like someone who's been carrying way more emotional weight than people realize and finally decided to stop pretending everything's fine. Fans immediately rallied around him, flooding social media with love and support. That moment mattered. It reminded not just Kai, but everyone watching that talking about mental health isn't weakness, it's strength. It showed that vulnerability doesn't make you soft, it makes you human. But some people pointed out something even deeper, and it hit hard. They said, you can only fake happiness for so long before it catches up with you. And that's so real, because at some point, you have to start surrounding yourself with people and energy that actually bring you peace, not just attention for the camera. And when you look at all of this together, the constant drama, the public pressure, the emotional burnout, it becomes clear why Kai looks so exhausted. He's not just tired from streaming, he's tired from holding everything and everyone together while the spotlight never turns off. Kai's carrying a massive load right now. He's running a global brand, trying to meet...
Don't do that. You see, I don't like when you do that. Don't do that to me. Like, that's fucked up.
I'm sorry, who are you? Casey? I don't know who you are. I'm not gonna lie.
You want me to FaceTime you? Just pick up.
Wait, what?
Kai! Get off my dick! Fuck out of here, bitch! Oh, Kai! Wow, Kai, right? Wow!
Fan expectations, keeping sponsors happy, dealing with constant platform scrutiny, and on top of all that, managing a crew of friends, proteges, and associates, each dragging along their own drama, controversies, and mistakes. So whenever something goes wrong, even if Kai had nothing to do with it, the cleanup still falls on his shoulders. That kind of non-stop pressure doesn't just disappear, it builds up over time. And the worst part, the controversies aren't slowing down. Loyalty keeps putting him in impossible situations where he has to choose between protecting his relationships and protecting his future. Loyalty sounds noble when you say it out loud, but when it starts costing you your peace, your focus, and your mental health, it stops feeling like loyalty and starts feeling like a trap. Now let's be clear, nobody's saying Kai is guilty of what his friends are accused of, but it's fair to say the environment around him has turned unstable, maybe even dangerous for his image. And yet somehow he's managed to stay publicly clean through it all. That alone is impressive. But lately, the cracks are showing. The stress is visible. The exhaustion is undeniable. You can literally see it in his body language, his tone, even his silence. That's why his moment of opening up about mental health hit so hard. It wasn't just a headline, it was a cry for breathing room. Because beneath the numbers, the fame, and the non-stop wins, Kai Cenat is still just a person. A young man who rose to the top faster than anyone expected, pulled a whole team up with him, and is now realizing that not everyone he brought along can handle the altitude he's reached. At the end of the day, it's about realizing that success doesn't just amplify talent, it amplifies everything. The good, the bad, and all the messy, unresolved parts that come with it. And when the people around you aren't prepared for that kind of spotlight, they can end up dragging you down, sometimes without even meaning to. So the real question moving forward isn't whether Kai can bounce back from another controversy, because honestly, he probably can. He's proven time and time again that he's resilient. The real question is, how much longer can he keep carrying all of this without it breaking him down? How much more can one person take before the pressure starts costing him more than the fame is giving back? Because no kind of loyalty is worth sacrificing your peace or your mental health for. Protecting the brand doesn't just mean guarding the image, it means protecting the person behind it too. If you made it this far, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Kai can keep holding it all together? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment below to keep the conversation going.